Hey guys, welcome back for the next life management tool called the Financial Planner. Now, this tool I've created is something very similar to what I use every few days to manage my expenses. Now, this tool will track your income, your expenses, and really show you if you're spending more than you make, which is a common problem with a lot of people that by the end of the year or the end of the month, they have no money left. In fact, they're in debt. And the worst thing is these guys, they're not dumb people or anything like that. It's just sometimes you forget and you need a tool that can help you visualize that information. Really see how you're progressing, okay? And just make life easier for yourself. Now, what I do is I record my values and my expenses and all the different types of income in something like this, right? Very, very similar. Now, what this will show me is when I look at the graphs is whether my savings are growing or decaying. Very important. There is nothing worse or nothing scarier or more terrifying than going, yep, I'm fine financially, I'm totally fine, I can spend whatever I want, and get to the end of the year and realize you've actually lost money. You haven't actually earned or saved any more money. Okay? Now this tool is so easy. You just put the values in again. It's all set up. Formulas have been set up based on formulas we've done in this course. All right? So nothing crazy or extravagant, just very basic formulas. And again, some graphs are created to visualize your results. Okay? All right, so let's go through the different types of elements. Now, if we go to the first sheet here on the left, there's a few things you got to do first. So, firstly, chuck in your savings. How much you have at the moment? What's in your savings account? I just put a round number in there, $10,000. Okay, or you can stay at zero if this is like a financial goal planner or something like that. You want to get a certain amount by a certain date. I mean, you can use it for that too. I mean, it's great. So first you're going to do that. Then the date you can place in. As you can see, I've done this for every week. Okay, you can do it for every day. The one I use is every day for the next 5 to 10 years. So I'm a bit eccentric that way. But you don't have to go to that level. You can go to the level that's most comfortable with you. Okay? And then I just put some random numbers for salary. And I've left 4 other slots. So if you have other sources of salary besides your job, you have other places of assets or income, feel free to put that in there. It's going to tally up those values. Then in the next section, you have your expenses. Now I've left just 5 slots here. Again, extend it if you want to. And I just put the just general ones: rent, food, electricity bills or gas bills, and entertainment, and so on. So if you have more expenses, just add some more in. Now, as you can see, the color for this one is the same as the color for this one, which means this total is for these values here. Okay? If you go to the next one, it's the same thing. You got the total expenses, which is this is equal to the total of all these for that given day or that given week. Okay? Then what I've done is I just did income minus expenses. All right? Now, as you can see for this first one, income minus expenses means I spent more money than I earned that week, and by $735. Okay? Then what I've done is I've accumulated those values. So this 10,000 is your starting point. And that's just equal to this one here. All right? Nothing crazy, just a simple formula. Then as the days go by, I show how your expenses are varying over time. So as you can see, it's growing. Okay? So if I scroll down here, right, you'll get to the very end where you have some values, as you can see, which we'll go through in a second. Okay, so that's the first sheet. Now we want to jump over here to where the graphs are. Now I've used the column graph for the expenses distribution. Now, as you can see, you're spending a lot of your money on rent. That's your highest expense, which makes sense. Okay, it's usually your highest expense. If you find out that your electricity bills are through the roof, well then it gives you a warning or an early warning system that why am I spending so much money on electricity? What's going on? Okay, so a really great tool to really visualize your expenses and where they're going, where a majority of your expenses are going. Now the next graph is based on the savings account value here at the end. Now it shows that over time how your expenses are going. Now, as you can see from this example, it climbs, then it dips. And that's because of the rent. And that's how my one happens as well. Now, one of the cool things you can do here is if you see that your savings value goes below zero at a certain point, well, then you're in trouble. And the great thing is you don't have to use this as a planner up to the current day. You can fill in values for the future. One of the things I do is, well, I know every month I have to pay rent. And I know how much money I spend on food every week. So you just write those general values all the way for the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years, and you can see where you're going to end up. Generally, it's an approximation again. Okay, now one of the things that's happened to me recently is over the Christmas holiday, well, you're not going to get paid, right? So what I've been able to do is plot the graph or change the values to show how much money do I have to save before the Christmas period so that I can still pay for rent, I can still pay for food and electricity bills, and not have to worry when it comes, when January comes or when December comes and bills come in. I know I'll have enough money, and that's what this is for. It's a planner. Okay, and so just go nuts with it, have some fun, even do things like, ooh, if I didn't spend any money at all, how much would I have at the end of the year? Fun things like that. And that's what it's supposed to be. So have fun, be curious, and just enjoy. All right? Well, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.